Hey dudes, I am back home in Vermont and I get to have the pretty book background now. I'm also recording on a video camera, so the quality should be way better than what I usually use on my webcam. So I'm excited to have this look good. The best part about this video is that it's a book haul, and even better than that, it's a birthday book haul because, as some of you probably know, I turned 20 a couple weeks ago, and so I finally used up my gift cards and gotten all my gifts now that I've gone back home. So I have a bunch of books to share with you. The first book that I got was Anna and the French Kiss, Stephanie Perkins. Obviously a huge book right now. I have actually started reading it. With Anna and the French Kiss, it's basically this American girl gets shipped off to a school in Paris by her father because he wants her to be well-rounded, and of course she hates it at first, and then she meets people and starts to like it more. And there's a boy, Etienne St. Clair, who she's really interested in. That's about all I can give you at the moment because I haven't read too much. But I will obviously be doing a review on this. The second book that I got was Stranger in a Strange Land by Robert A. Heinlein. I actually tried to look up how to pronounce his name and nothing was really that helpful, so I'm just going to attempt it with that. This is like a classic science fiction book. It was given to me by one of my friends because although I obviously read a lot, I haven't read a huge amount of science fiction. In Stranger in a Strange Land, I really don't know the plotline of this book. His name is Valentine Michael Smith. He's a human, but he's originally from Mars. And when he ends up on Earth, that obviously has, it's a big shock for him. The next book that I got is not really a book that you would sit down and read. It's the DK Eyewitness Travel Guide to Austria. I'm going to Austria in the winter semester next year, starting from March going to June. I'm doing a study abroad, which I am so pumped about, and I obviously need to learn a little German and I need to learn more about Austria. So this is what this book is for, and I won't necessarily be reading it like a novel, but I will definitely be reading a lot of the stuff in it, particularly the parts that have to do with the areas that I'll be in. The next book I bought is The Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness. I am so excited to read this book. I have heard nothing but awesome stuff about it. All I know is that there's a guy named Todd, and everybody can hear each other's thoughts in this world, and it's called The Noise, and then suddenly something bad happens, and you have him and his dog Manchi, who he can actually talk to, have to sort of figure out who caused this horrible thing, but how did they do it when everybody else can hear everybody else's thoughts? Everybody loves it, and it's got a really cool cover. Yeah. The next two books I got are The Maze Runner and The Scorch Trials, both by James Dashner. These little beauties right here. My sister actually got The Maze Runner beforehand, but she hasn't read it yet, and I got The Scorch Trials because I was looking for a book that would finish off the gift card that I got, so I said, well, I'll just get this, and because everybody said so many good things about it, I will hopefully like it. Haven't read either of these yet, but they're supposed to be really good. This guy Thomas wakes up, he doesn't know who he is, his parents are, I think who his parents were, stuff like that. They're stuck in this place, there's people who go running in the maze to try and figure out where they are, but you don't want to be stuck out there at night by yourself because bad things can happen. And then obviously The Scorch Trials continues that story, but I don't want to really spoil anything for myself, so I'm not going to go like figure out what it's about other than that. Obviously they have to solve the maze at some point for this story to continue. So yeah, Maze Runner, Scorch Trials should be awesome reads. The next one is actually more of a local read. It's Our Great War, and there's multiple authors in this book. It's about people who are from Vermont or currently who live in Vermont and fought in World War II, volunteered back home during World War II, that sort of thing. They basically tell their stories and put them in this book. I love everything about World War II. I don't love everything about World War II. I love learning about World War II. That's what I should say. I've read a lot of books pertaining to World War II, so this is great because it's local stories from people who live in my state. What's good about this as well is that they got those people's stories down before they died, because a lot of the people who fought in World War II, who lived through that, who experienced it, are dying, and my generation is sort of the last generation to get to know them. So putting stories like this together is really, really good. Now, you guys will be very proud of me. I used an Amazon gift card that I got to get this beauty right here, the first four in the Song of Ice and Fire series. We have Game of Thrones, A Clash of Kings, A Storm of Swords, and A Feast for Crows. Huge reads. I don't know, I keep getting big books and I'm like, I'll read them over the summer, I'll read them over the summer. I just got 4 gigantic books that I have to read over this summer. So I possibly will be trying to conquer Game of Thrones after Anne and the French Kiss, because Anne and the French Kiss is a relatively easy read, so now, you know, time to challenge myself with something crazy. I do watch the TV show, so I do know some of the stuff, but I understand that books always carry more than the TV show, so I will learn things that I didn't understand when watching the TV show. Yeah. So, oh, look at that. We've got Ned Stark on one side, Daenerys Targaryen on the other, and then the epic back. So beautiful. The final book that I got, I don't even know if you can consider this a book. It's not a novel, but it is absolutely gigantic. It's basically a really large coffee table book, and it's not even going to fit in the entire frame of this picture, most likely, but it is Harry Potter, Page to Screen, The Complete Filmmaking Journey. Oh, look at this baby. It is huge, and it's so heavy. If you look back in my videos, you'll know that I already have the sort of smaller version of this, the less in-depth, more picture book, and that is actually right here behind me. Harry Potter Film Wizardry. I already reviewed this book at another point. My parents were super nice to me and decided to get me the huge version as well, so I can read about all of the movies in one. And there's pictures, but there's also a lot of words. So this will also be another one of those, not quite a novel, but I'll definitely like read it through at some point. I have to read all of my books even if they're not normal novels. No, you can't even, like, my face is practically out of this picture unless I back way up. There we go. Oh, look. There's me and the book together. It's way bigger than my head. I should put this on a scale. So that concludes my awesome birthday book haul. I know I said I was going to read Game of Thrones after finishing Anne and the French Kiss, but if there is a book that you guys really want me to read of the ones I presented first, then you can definitely comment below and I will take that into consideration when figuring out what I'm going to pick up. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to, feel free to subscribe. You can also follow us on Twitter, friend us on Goodreads. All the links are below, and I will see you guys later.